Now Ayrshire Radio Podcast presents Ayrshire Insights with Elliot Boyce.
Welcome back to Ayrshire Insights with me, Elliot Boyce, and as promised, we have a brilliant guest on today's show for this week's Local Legend Spotlight. This week we have both directors of A.C.E Supporting Services Ltd, who provide care at home and community for young adults and children aged 12 years and above who are living with learning disabilities, autism, ADHD, global development delay and other additional support needs. I'm delighted to welcome the mother and daughter duo, Claire and Abbie McGill. A massive thanks for coming on the show today.
Hi Elliot, thank you.
Good morning and thanks for getting on board and coming along today. So, before we find out how it all started, we want to know a little bit about you guys, right? So what we're wanting to find out is your Sunday morning roll routine. So, first of all, we'll kickstart with you, Claire. Are you a brown or tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce.
What about yourself, Abbie?
Sauce, can't beat it.
Couple of tomato saucers, right? I'm a brown saucer, right? So I'm completely out of the mix here. What about a soft egg or a hard egg? What about yourself?
Soft egg, I think. See, I'm neither. I'm just too picky. No, I'm not an egg person.
No, an egg person?
No.
What's going on? What's going on this morning? And lastly, tea or coffee?
Coffee.
So,
Absolutely.
Sunday morning routine, you love tomato sauce, no eggs for you, and a nice hard egg for you, and then a coffee. Right, we're going to find out a lot more about Claire and Abbie very soon.
Tune in live every Sunday from 10 a.m. for Ayrshire Insights with Elliot Boyce.
Only on Now Ayrshire Radio.
Now we're hearing how it all began, so as a mother and daughter duo, and Claire, we're going to have to start with you because clearly the early days was you before Abbie. So tell us, where did you grow up?
Okay, I grew up here in Ayr. That's gone already.
Say, grew up in here.
Grew up there. Give me a minute to get going.
No problem.
It's a Sunday after all.
Absolutely. It's just gone Sunday afternoon just now. We're all lacking of sleep at the end of the week. Normally this is your day of chill. But listen, so Claire, obviously growing up in here, to then having kids, you've got Abbie here. Have you got any other kids?
I have. I've got Erin. Erin is 22 and Erin's the reason behind the business.
Fantastic. So, Claire, going to your side, so clearly you've your sister and starting the business. It's A.C.E Supporting Services. So tell us what ACE stands for and how that comes together.
So ACE has several different introductions. So paperwork-wise, it's activity, creativity and education. For us though, because we are a family at the end of the day, it stands for Abbie, Claire and Erin. As Claire had already said, Erin's the inspiration and she absolutely is. She's a bundle of joy and we wouldn't be here without having her, really. The business started, so long story short, Erin was with several services kicking about Ayrshire. Obviously she's got global developmental delay, has done since she was the age of 2 when she got diagnosed. So going through that journey and growing up with my little sister, and being part of that journey more than anything else, she has been passed pillar to post from different services around Ayrshire itself. To being in October, she has collectively with her friends grew up and been together with 5 friends in particular. Every Saturday they used to go out, whether that be bowling, whether that being going for coffee, whether that being going for lunch. There's only so many times in Ayrshire. There's not much kicking about these days anyway, with everything closing, but she has been with her friends for the past 10 years and they've been together as a group.
Fantastic. Now, one of the big things is what you say, like everything you're talking about just now screams charity, but you're not a charity.
Nope.
Talk us through that journey.
Nope.
Okay, the reason we're not a charity is so we can actually meet the individual needs of our young adults and children. When you become a charity and things like that, there's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of difficult issues, just meaning we can't do what we want to do. We're already finding that the hall and everything is working out really, really well for the young adults. They become adjusted to it within the space of 2 visits and love it. I think having a hub for them to be in is really, really important. They get to meet their friends, they get to meet other people that are like-minded and share. Do you know, we never really think that they share much. Like we would sit down, have a coffee and a chat about our day. They actually do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, talking about the hub, so you mentioned there, so tell us a little bit about ACE. Have you got your own premise?
We do. So we are a registered care at home private limited company. So as Claire was saying, the red tape that comes with being a charity, being a limited company allows us to do anything in what actually suits the needs of these young adults with learning disabilities. With having learning disabilities, and again the experience that we have had over the years, you can't put them in a box. Putting them in a box and a criteria just doesn't work for them. They learn and understand at their own level. So for us, being a charity and having all that red tape just doesn't work. We are registered as a care home service, and we knew from the day dot that we wanted a premises, somewhere for them to be, a second home where they can socialise, where they can have fun and they can learn things in their own time. And they can't do that with just walking about our streets.
No.
So having that space at Beauty Hall in Prestwick was the be all and end all for us.
So not being a charity though, clearly there's a cost to running the service. So how does the business able to make money? How does the finances work?
So the finances, complicated is what finances are in this day and age, but primarily it's through social work.
Right.
So we do take social work referrals for care at home service and social needs.
So are you on have you tendered for work with local authority? How does that side of it work?
No. So if I had a family to phone me up or email me and saying they wanted to come and have a chat with me, by all means, please come and have a chat with us. Come and meet us, come and see the hall. And I'll be able to walk you through from kind of start to finish and point you in the right direction of the journey that we've been through. So yes, okay, being a tender. I will cross that bridge eventually, but right this minute it's not needed because the service is more needed right this minute than waiting another 6 months for a tender and paperwork to come through. So essentially it's a case of families coming having a yap with us, deciding that this is the right place for them, for their young adults to be, and going back to social work and saying, yes, that's where I want my young adult with learning disabilities to be. I want them to be part of A.C.E Supporting Services. From there, so social work will then put together, they'll get in contact with myself and we will move forward with a contract. We'll discuss hours, we'll discuss wages, we'll discuss you name it that actually is working behind the scenes essentially. And then from there I will then reach out to the families again and say, I have this contract for your young adult with learning disabilities. We would absolutely love, we look forward to having yous. But for us it's not just about that young adult with learning disabilities, it's the network and the family behind it.
Yeah.
Because I mean we're in it, we're still in it, as much as we're doing this and we're talking as if Erin doesn't exist. She does, and she's still part of that journey, so we still go through that on a daily basis. So it's not just a business where we've started because we know it's a need. We've started it because we know it's a need, but we get it too. And
also it's more of a necessity for the young person
yes.
as well. So just to understand the numbers, it is the business show, so really interested in that.
Yep.
So essentially this is government funded then, local government funded. So see when you create the contract with social services,
yep.
who makes the payment to be?
So it comes from local authorities. So yeah, just local authorities. But we can take local authorities from East, North and South Ayrshire councils.
All Ayrshires.
All Ayrshires.
Fantastic. Now, so if somebody's listening just now, they maybe don't know who you are and they've maybe got a young person or a young adult, what age groups is it 12 and over that you look after?
So the youngest that we have is from the age of 12. There is that gap from really age 12 to about 35 where there's nothing for them to do apart from going out and having a coffee. How often can you go out for a coffee without getting sick to death of coffee? So for us, having the hall allows us to introduce other people who are learning disability levels, same understanding, same abilities, and being able to understand and kind of mingle with people that are like-minded and introduce independence and being able to go, okay, so tying a shoelace is the one thing that we have learned with Erin and her group of friends that is just impossible. Tying a shoelace, which we actually think is just self-explanatory, it's something that we learn back in nursery. Actually for them it is so complicated and so difficult. It's that whole hand-eye coordination that they just don't get. So
You've tied lots of laces over the years.
yes, I have tied a lot of laces over the years.
So can I going back to a really amazing business, to be honest with you, and it's nice to hear the story behind it, with the fact that you're doing something that you're so passionate about because you live it. It's your daughter, it's your sister, it's somebody that's been through it, and you've noticed that gap. And you know what? It's quite pleasing from somebody from the outside to hear that, because he's here with a lot with social services, even out with learning difficulties, maybe people that are in kind of care and stuff like that. They come out of it and it's like, what's next?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? When people don't have the support networks, parents and stuff around them, it's sad to go, well, what's next if they've not got a positive destination to go to?
Yep.
For you guys to support that, I think is absolutely incredible.
Thank
Now, one thing for me and to understand is, clearly for yourself, Claire, obviously you had Abbie, you've got Erin. What were you doing before that? Did you work elsewhere? What was your experience beforehand?
I've been in care since I was 16. Started as a care assistant. I've worked within many different areas, including disabilities and special schools. However, I was a nurse up until recently, when I decided we were going to do the business. So I've got a world of experience. My daughter Abbie has a world of experience. She's been round about between agencies, working in various areas too, and is now a third-year nursing student. So
fantastic.
She's managing all of that and the business. She's doing very well.
Good to hear.
yeah, it's great fun.
7 day weeks are great.
Oh, they're fabulous.
So in terms of the business then, when did it launch?
December originally, so we put together the business in December, after being loggerheads. I mean, all parent and daughter do, but yeah, so after being at loggerheads for a while and going, actually, what we're going to do with Erin, what next? Services are cancelling. The night before, I've taken Erin out on the Saturday. What we're going to do? I'm juggling my work, Mum's juggling her work, left, right and centre. So what are we actually meant to do? We're lucky that we've got my grandparents who are able to take on a bit of that support.
Yeah.
Not every family has that. So for us, we are that support for these families who don't have families themselves that can support with
Support networks.
Yeah. Thank you for finishing my. You could point out where I was going with that. But yeah, so we essentially want to cover. We get it, and if anything that we can actually say live on air, we understand it a lot more than what different businesses will, because they're not living it at the same time as they're doing it. We still are. That whole journey, we're still going through it. I mean, Erin's only 22 now, and we've still got an entire lifetime with Erin, so that's never going to change for us. But we want to be able to pass on our knowledge and be that support network for other families too. As well as promoting independence for these young adults, just because they understand things differently. I mean, I know growing up, tying a shoelace was an absolute nightmare of, right, Erin, Abbie's going to be late for school, you're going to be late, I'm going to be late for work, we need to go, let's go. And it's like, right, okay, forget the shoes, we'll tie them in the car.
Yeah.
And it's up and go. Not many people have that time, especially in this day and age. So it's just being able to pass on to these families what they can't do at home, but we can point in the right direction. Absolutely. And support.
And you've lived it and experienced it now.
Yep.
Bizarrely, we just had a text there through on WhatsApp from you, and he just said that he's going to an ASN dance class.
Oh, wonderful.
That's brilliant. So, talking about young people, you've only launched in December. I mean, I've already got a listener texting just now. How many people are you direct kids are you involved with now?
So at the moment we have 9. It's a slow process. Again, it's just red tape, and it's red tape for these young adults that just hold everything back, unfortunately. Yep. But in this day and age, we all need red tape to make sure that obviously safeguarding's in place, and policies and procedures, and you name it. So at the moment we only have 9. Erin is included in one of those 9, as well as her friends and her little friend group. We are slowly but surely getting more, so I'm kind of hoping by the end of, what month are we in now? November that we are expected to have 22.
Wow.
So it is a slow process, do not get me wrong, and if there's anything that I can actually say of, just come and speak to us.
Absolutely.
Please, come and speak to us.
Now listen, really great journey, great hearing about the LDs. Now we're going to talk about the big wins and the biggest lessons just after this.
This is the Ayrshire Insights Podcast with Elliot Boyce.
Now Ayrshire.
So Abbie, from your side, what would you say are kind of first big wins been?
First big win would probably be when the hall was fully decorated, all the paint, all the new boiler, the carpets, the floors, everything, and actually we did it all ourselves. We decided that we wanted to make this a home a home anybody would do themselves, they would make it a home. So we done the same thing, and that was our decision to make, was we were just going to do it ourselves, and we did. That was probably the first one where we actually took a step back. Everything was painted, everything was done, and it was just a case of putting furniture in the place. And we stood on the stage and went, oh my gosh.
You've done it.
We've done it.
So you talk big wins, but there's also been some hard days. What would you say some of your hard days have been, Claire?
I think probably the hardest days were just sussing out exactly how our square peg was going to fit in the round hole that's there. We probably are making a new model which is based on an old model in terms of having a place to be, because everywhere lately has been about community and being out in the community. And while I'm going to provide that for them and being in the community, I want to be a big part of it, it's still important to have a place that you belong. And these young adults need that place to belong before they can progress on to anything else. So the big win for us was probably making that decision of where we fitted into the service system.
And difficult to do now. As a business, and at the end of the day, there's still bills to pay. There's still everybody still get mortgages. They'll still get cars. You've got running costs. You can't. Unfortunately, we're not all in privileged positions where we can just give up our time. So how have you been able to turn that from December? I mean, you're trading now just over 10 months, and being able to turn that into a business model. How are you going to turn it into something sustainable while supporting the young people?
So being able to make it sustainable is actually having the families decipher that actually this is the right place for the young adult to be. We are at the moment heavy relying on families coming and speaking to us and going, yeah, this is the right place, this absolutely is. Yeah, that's fine, I'll transfer my young adult with learning disabilities across to your service and we can go from there. And then it's a kind of sit down conversation between ourselves and the families of going, right, okay, so what do you need us to help with, other than what are their needs, what are your young adults' needs, requirements, understanding levels. We want to know everything. We want to know what their likes are, we want to know what their dislikes are, we want to know absolutely everything about them, so we're on the same page. Yeah, and stick with that. So being able to actually cross that bridge with the families and being like, we want to know just as much as you do so we can support your young adult in the best possible way. That's kind of our only sustainability at this point in time. As well as we are running different classes and things like that. So we do have a Halloween party coming up. I'm saying a Halloween party. It's a Halloween night kind of thing where we will have discos, we will be baking, we'll be doing activities, we will be doing potions, we will be doing, you name it, coming up with the whole American idea of Halloween and how big they go. We're doing the same thing.
Absolutely, listen, and it gives that extra part for the kids. Now, one thing that I'm getting the vibe from here is it is one big family.
Yes.
Although it's a service, I mean, you're talking, obviously Erin is family, but you've got that extended family from it, and the way that in which you seem to be saying is, they've got their home family life. When they come over to your service, it's extending that and giving that extended family amongst like-minded people, and also people at the top who are supporting and understanding because they've lived through it, which is an incredible journey. Now, you've spoke about hard days, you've spoke about big wins. You must have had some proud moments.
Oh, absolutely.
What would you say your proudest moment's been?
Proudest moment would be Erin and her group of friends. They are... Erin is a one-to-one, as a prime example, when she's out and about, because she has never understood that whole safety point of view. Crossing the road, she would go. Whether the bus was coming, the car was coming, she would just cross. So obviously from a point of view, we've kind of held on to her and put her in a bubble for so long to where obviously that safeguarding and safety point of view, to where actually she's now connecting with a friend group and she's able to walk from our hall down to Greg's. We're quite acquainted with Greg's now. Comfortably, safely, and actually being able, from a sister point of view, I honestly was walking behind them going, I'm going to cry, I'm going to cry.
It's an amazing thing. I mean, looking at the development, and the point being is what you're doing just now is using your life experiences with Erin, but trying to pass that on to other people. And the thing being, I can see from you both just now, this is something that is total passion.
Yeah.
There's nothing else coming from you here. with this here, yeah, it's a business, but you're not there for the business. You're there because it's the passion.
Yeah.
Now, a proud moment. Now, to be fair though, is again, business show, turning it back to that, there is challenges in the fact that it is a business and you have got to have that sustainability to allow you to do it. What would you say one of the biggest challenges is in running a business?
One of the biggest...
I think the biggest one we have is because we're not a charity, we're not open to funding.
Yep.
So nothing that we are doing or preparing or organising or doing for our young adults is being paid by anything else. An awful lot of it is coming out of our pockets because this is what we want to offer.
7-day weeks are great fun.
And that's how we want to do it. Everything that is going to come in is going to go straight back into the pot, apart from the wages, because obviously we are offering
Support staff
contracts instead of zero contract.
Yeah.
That they're getting just now. I think that is ludicrous. I know I take a 0-hour contract, but for me, being agency and being able to kind of jump in my car and then go here, there and everywhere, travelling about Scotland and being able to pick up the shifts that way, don't get me wrong, it is an absolute nightmare, but I wouldn't change it because it's allowing me that flexibility to be a student nurse and run a business at the same time. But it's not lifelong. No, gosh, no.
It's having the security as well, and it's the thing being, if you're able to offer that security to people, they'll stick by you.
Yeah.
And the care industry is a unique one as well, where there's a lot of 0-hour contracts driven, and you've got so many variations of it. But the one thing is, I can take it when you're looking for a type of person to come and join you, it'll be a very, very stringent process to join your team.
Yes.
I can imagine it's not an easy interview.
No, and it's not an easy interview because at the end of the day, we know as a family and as having Erin of what we expect from somebody to go out and actually support Erin to the best of their ability and their knowledge and their understanding, and being able, from a business point of view, to offer people the support and the training and the understanding and actually just going through it with us as a group who will support you through it no matter what is far more valuable to us than what just being able to take them for a coffee, and that is.
Totally. And now listen, amazing, really, really looking forward to seeing how the business develops. And do you know what, we will get you back on again once you're not even a year into trading, already talking about 22 people. Amazing and really, really interesting story. Right, we've heard about the listener's tenner bargain of the week, but up next, I'm looking for you to let me know your bargain of the week, plus finding out what drives Claire and Abbie to give back locally.
Now Ayrshire Radio Podcast presents Ayrshire Insights with Elliot Boyce.
Now Ayrshire.
It's time to talk community charity and Ayrshire pride. But before we do that, the listeners have been in touch with their bargain of the week. So the question for you is, what is your bargain of the week? And Abbie, your face is lit up here, so what is it?
£35 car tyre.
What? Was it off the back of a lorry?
No, not quite.
35 quid. I think the last time I get quoted about 250 quid for a car.
Aye, they're not cheap, are they?
No, that's me. £35, there we go. Do you know what? That is the bargain of the week. I don't think I would anything is bet that on Ayrshire Insight. So there we go. Abbie's bargain of the week, £35 for a car tyre. Every week we'll be asking our guests for what their bargain of the week is. They're not going to beat you. Right, okay, so girls, back to you. So why support causes like us here at Now Ayrshire Radio?
Say that again, sorry.
So there we go. Why support causes like us here at Now Ayrshire Radio?
Support causes. So, with us being in the hall, actually we're quite acquainted to Prestwick High Street now. Especially Greg's, I think I already brought that up, but Greg's is actually getting quite used to us. Aye, getting quite used to us now.
There is other places you can go.
Absolutely, there is, like B&M. B&M's quite good. But yeah, so being able to, for us to be able to actually support our local community, yes, okay, within Prestwick, and being able to bring our young adults with learning disabilities into the shops and actually getting them that understanding and at their own level of being independent, so being able to go across to B&M and actually understand the monetising side of things, being able to understand why they need X, Y and Z to be able to make that type of food, or you're needing milk to make a cup of tea, being able to have that independence. So we do rely a lot on our local communities to be able to go in and being able to, for us to support our young adults with learning disabilities.
Real life things. And to be honest with you, it's probably the things that a lot of us take for granted. Like, for me, you just know that, right, you're going to make a cup of tea, you need a tea bag, you need milk, you'll need sugar, or you'll get a teaspoon, and it's all those things connecting it together. And you know what? That's what is really nice to hear about this, and again, it comes back to your experience. It's from growing up and having Erin, understanding the limitations, things that a lot of us would take for granted, and being able to give that to the extended family that you now have. Yeah,
and we absolutely do take it for granted. I mean, I even remember standing the other, was it last week or the week before, and standing in the kitchen, the girls wanted to make a hot chocolate because they absolutely loved hot chocolate. So we were standing in the kitchen, and I'm trying to break it down in my own head of, instead of just doing it, but it's just that whole autopilot. I know how to do it, blah blah blah, and being able to actually break it down. Milk. Got to be milk. But being able to break that down so then I can explain it and talk these young adults through the thought process, and just the more you do it, the more you get used to it. And it's the same for all of us, and we do take it for granted. They just understand that a little bit differently, or take a little bit more time, and vice versa. So it is being able to kind of break things down in my own head.
And having the patience to do that's a huge thing, and that's where the recruitment side's so important. Now, talking local and the local feeling, what does that local feeling mean to you?
Everything. I think we walked past Butte Hall on a cold day in December.
No, it was cold.
No, it was cold. And decided that this wasn't the right place. Prestwick was the right place for it to be, because it's a smaller high street.
It's more community orientated.
It makes things a lot simpler for our young adults if there's not too much going on around them. And it's not too big an area, because some people obviously can't walk that far, and there's other issues. So everything seemed perfect, and it seems to have been like that the whole way through. Since we moved in, we've realised just how much of a community there is. So we want to be a big part of the community. Being here today talking to you is really part of that too. It's just making everybody aware we are here and we're not going anywhere, and we're going to introduce you to our family.
Absolutely. Listen, do you know what? And that's the thing that I'm really pleased about. We're able to get you on, get the exposure, and this is going to be a podcast as well. So the good thing is, if anyone's asking about it and they want to listen, share the podcast, let them hear coming from the real stories and what it's all about. Now, this is a question I ask a lot of businesses, and I think it's such everything you do will do this, but how does your business make an impact locally?
In every way possible. Our business makes an impact locally. I mean, we are an Ayr family. We come from Ayr. I grew up in Ayr. I've not been anywhere else. As much as I've travelled, home is home. So we are Ayr, but for a business to be able, for us to be able to interact with the community and involve our community at every aspect possible. So again, as I've already said, being able to go into B&M and have that understanding from B&M staff, for us to be able to understand our young adults, having that interaction, being able to even go to the cinema and having that interaction there, being able to, we want to keep things locally. And I know, okay, yes, there's not a lot of shops in Ayrshire itself now, a lot of it's closing down, but again, we can still provide and involve the community, because we want to bring local artists in and do like an art class, or we want to have a coffee shop where the kids have made tea, coffee, hot chocolates, and they're bringing essentially a coffee morning and making like scones and things like that, and making it in-house.
Absolutely.
And being able to and bring the community in and open the doors and be like, this is what they've done, this is where we're going, and showing off in what they can do, because they're more than capable.
At the end of the day, it's getting the awareness out, it's letting people flourish, and also making also people in the community be understanding of it as well and how they can help support them.
Yeah.
Right, we are running quite tight in time, so we're going to finish with a strong fun round, right? So we'll get involved with that. I'm going to split these up a wee bit for it. We'll find out all about it just after this.
Tune in live every Sunday from 10 a.m. for Ayrshire Insights with Elliot Boyce.
Only on Now Ayrshire Radio.
Now Ayrshire.
It's now time for 5 fast ones, but I'm going to have to chuck one of you out here. So, Claire, can you please leave the studio?
Okay.
Time to go. So, Abbie, we're going to be doing it with you, and we will see if your mum can get it right. Okay. So, it's now time for...
That's cheating.
Right, get that door shut, you. Right, the door is shut. Josh, you can confirm you. Make sure she's not listening here, right? Right, now time for 5 fast ones. Let's do it. So, what's your favourite takeaway?
Favourite takeaway would probably be Hot Walk, actually.
Oh, right, okay. Song that always lifts your mood.
Lewis Capaldi.
Best about a song from Lewis.
Song. Bruises.
Bruises, there we go. Best thing about Ayrshire?
Community.
Weirdest moment at work?
I found a ball pit.
You found a ball fit?
I found a ball pit.
There's a story there, we'll find it. And who plays you in a movie of your life?
Oh, are you kidding? Me? Nobody could play me.
So you're going with yourself?
I'm going with myself.
Right, let's see if your mum can get that. We'll bring her back into the room just now. She can see me waving through the door. There we go. Right, headphones on, and we're going to see if you can guess what your daughter said, right? So, going to start off. What do you think Abbie's favourite takeaway is?
Takeaway. Chinese.
First one is...
Hot Walk.
So it was wrong, right? A song that always lifts Abbie's mood.
We Are Family.
Not
No.
wrong again, it was Lewis Capaldi, Graces. What do you think Abbie said the best thing about Ayrshire is?
Best thing about Ayrshire?
Yeah.
Community.
We've got one. Right, okay, one out of 5.
A good one.
What do you think Abbie said the weirdest moment at work's been?
Oh, that's easy. That's got to be the ball pit.
As I'm looking forward to finding out about that. Now, lastly, who plays Abbie in a movie of her life?
Oh, who plays Abby? I don't think anybody could play Abby.
Oh, wait a minute. That's fair enough. Right, you know what? Abbie said it was going to be Abbie, so you're getting 3 out of 5. So we go. Thanks,
I'm not wrong though.
No, you're not. Right, thanks for playing 5 fast ones. We're going to ask our guests to get involved with that every week. Now, what's next for you and your business?
What's next for me and the business? For me, qualifying as a adult nursing student, but from the business point of view, just being able to grow and being able to actually support young adults with learning disabilities, and support them to the best quality that we can provide for them.
Brilliant.
Yeah, just being able to move forward and grow.
What's one thing that you hope for Ayrshire's future?
Ayrshire's future. Ayrshire deserves to be hustle and bustle like it used to be. And I think the best way to do that now is just with communities, pulling communities together, pulling new businesses together, and then making an incorporation, making everybody link together to pull things.
Fantastic. Now, before we round this off, have you got any final shout-outs and thanks to anybody that's been involved with your journey?
We would like to actually thank the local families that have came and spoke to us already. For us to be able to provide support for your young adults with learning disabilities is absolutely phenomenal, and it's far more than what we could ever ask for, and we want to keep going. I also want to thank my grandparents because they have been a fabulous support network and a great help, and and my little sister, because I wouldn't be here without her.
Got you. The big shout out for Erin. Listen, a massive thank you for coming on the show today. It has been incredible to hear all about A.C E Supporting Services Ltd. Now, if you've got anybody, a young person or somebody that's looking for information, how do they get in touch with you?
So if you go onto Google and type in A.C E Supporting Services, and our website will come up. There is an email and an email address and a phone number on there that you can give me a call or an email. Just get in touch with us. Or we do have the hall open at the moment. It's very slow, but we are open on a Wednesday and Thursday. So just pop in and see us. Come in and have a chat with us. Come in and say hello, and I'm sure our young adults with learning disabilities would love to say hello.
Fantastic. Listen, thank you very much for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
This is the Ayrshire Insights Podcast.
Never miss an episode. Hit subscribe now.